It's the first peaceful Saturday I've ever gotten. Nobody's home and I can record early in the morning. This is like a miracle. Anyhow, because no one's home, I would have gone to shower. I would have like cooked properly. But I'm like, you know what? Let me record instead because this never happens. Normally I don't eat breakfast, so sorry if my face looks swollen because yeah, I just woke up. But normally I don't eat breakfast till like 1, 2-ish. Right? For me that's normal. It's really weird for me to eat this early. But I'm like, I'm gonna eat quickly and we can catch up on a few things. A few things I wanna say. I finished cutting up the rest. This looks much better, doesn't it? I didn't do anything different. I let it ripen a little bit and then it got yellow. This looks right, but it doesn't feel right. I gotta pay attention. I forgot to say this too because I'm like eating things in a really weird manner. Don't mix weird food combinations. I don't want you guys to have an upset stomach and then blame me for it. I'm like, fuck. This was on sale. I'm gonna eat this too. I'm like, oh, I really wanted to eat it yesterday, but I'm like, I gotta wait and do this on camera so you guys can tell it's a fresh box. I had so many white people staring at me yesterday. It was nuts. I jinxed it when I said I had nothing to watch. You guys gave me stuff to watch. Sean's in the new game. And I saw the Animal Sanctuary video. I commented on there. I don't know if you'll see it. It's the only weird one that'll stick out. If you hear noise, it's because I have the window open and the kids are outside instead of screaming through the walls. Anyways, Jay's playing the new 60 Seconds game, which is a lot of fun. I hope he does another installment. I'm waiting on the like 3rd, 4th episode on Retro Rewind for Sean. And then Paris. Sorry, I'm gonna talk with my mouth full. I'm so. I have no table or any type of manners. Okay. Yeah. Then Paris did that interview with Jack, and I was like, damn, he doesn't look like how I remember him. I'm like, Jack got a glow up. I was like, wow. So I watched everything. Okay. Because I have to. That's my TV. What am I supposed to do when I'm eating? She brought up Saturn Return, and I was hoping no one was gonna fucking mention it, but she mentioned it. Because I'm going through it right now. It's supposed to end till 2028, but I'm like, I don't know if I make it that long because I can't see that far. I saw Christine and the others all went to F1. I saw that too. Okay, going back to Paris. She talked about the Dead Dad Club, and I was like, because I felt the energy go off there when I was watching, and I was like, that's really strange. Not in a bad way, it's just I'm trying to like figure out how to put this into words. Like, you guys all have that commonality, right? It's just weird. Right? It'd be like her and Jack and Sean, right? There's a good couple of them, right? So I'm like, sorry, I'm gonna be eating a lot of weird things. I hear this is good for your throat, but I'm not sure. You guys are the singers, you're supposed to tell me. I'm fucking testing everything, I don't care. Yo, speaking of which, now that I'm looking at this, because it's making me think of because I'm thinking of Throat, and it's making me think of Lemons, and it's making me think of aespa, right? Their album came out, I'm like, why is it so fucking watered down? It's like everybody else's energy watered down aespa's. I was like, what the hell? I haven't had these in a long time. Everyone's getting sick, by the way, so you guys, like, look after your health. Like, I walked past, like, 10 people that were coughing the other day, and I was like, ah, fuck. I made so many damn U-turns. Anyways, as I was saying, I can kind of relate to this dead dad club thing. Not that my dad's dead, but, like, the fact that your dad's well known for something, like, I can relate to that, because everybody does know my dad, right? Right, I can't relate to, like, the celebrity sense, but I can relate to, like, everybody does know him and what he's known for and that kind of shit, right? That's why when I left, because my breaking point was when, because I'm his only daughter, right? So, he never lets me do anything. That's like, if I want to go to a concert, no. If I want to go to the store to just pick up something, no. If I want to go get, like, just to go and do something, the answer was always fucking no, because he would... Anyhow, so... Even with this, like, just thinking about this, if I wanted to peel this, he would always say no, because, like, it would be me taking away that joy in his life, because he would always do it. I finally figured out how to do it. You're supposed to cut one side, and then it opens up easy. Anyways, so he never let me do anything, right? So my breaking point when I left is because I know my dad has a lot of enemies, right? And they always have their eyes on me, right? Because once they I don't know what the hell, but once they take hold of me, they got something to use as leverage against him. That's what I don't like. I'm like, I can feel the vile, fucking disgusting ass energy coming off these other people, and I don't want it to, like, affect him in any way, right? Like, he's not gonna care. He's just gonna say I'm an ungrateful little shit. You know what I mean? Anyways, everybody just know my dad because every time there's a fucking problem, he goes to fix it. So he's got some weird fucking god complex, right? So he would always say, I'm spoiled, right? I have life good. I don't know how hard it is, that kind of shit, right? So when I'm watching this podcast now, because it's resonating with me as I'm watching this, Paris brings up spoiled brat, right? And looking at me, would you call me that? That's what I want to bring up. I'm like, when I look at her, I'm like, I wouldn't call her that, but she gets called that, right? And I'm like, I can understand that fucking pain because it happens so often, right? I think there's a difference. I'm bringing this up because it's making me think. Thinking is bad, okay? No, we need to stop thinking and just do things. You know, there's a fine line between doing things without thinking and overthinking, right? Like, there needs to be a nice balance. But anyways, it's got me thinking because I'm like, there's a difference between being spoiled and being spoiled and being entitled. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. From my perspective, I don't know how to do that from yours. Like, it'd be easier for me to, you know, judge. That's not my job. My job's to guide, not judge, right? So I can't think of a way to explain it. I think because I have to do that other video, I think when I go into talking about, like, Nepo babies and things like that, I can talk a little deeper on it, because I can't right now. You're just touching on the subject now. Because being spoiled in my head, because it always comes off as, like, a negative term, right? Being spoiled means you have all your needs met, right? I think that's the main difference from being entitled. Because when you're entitled, you think you're you have access to everything, right? Without having to do all the extra steps. I don't know how to give a concrete example, but I hope that makes sense because it's making me think and I don't like the feeling. I bought the other caramels because I haven't eaten these in a long time. This is the one that melts in your mouth, and that's the one you're supposed to keep in your mouth for a while, but I just ate it so quick. Anyways, I hope that helped. I'm gonna talk more about it because I have to like think about before I talk about it, right? Because when I think about it, I'm like, Dad always said I was spoiled, right? Because I always had everything I needed. But no one ever called me entitled because I worked hard for every fucking thing, right? It's not like I had to... Right? It's not like it's handed to me, you know what I mean? I know my breakfast is really weird, don't judge. Before I went for my violin, this one's affecting my throat, fuck. Before I went for my violin, I think that does work. The other caramel does work. I bought them just to see. Anyways, before my lesson, so I guess this last video, right, because I recorded that, then I went. So I'm like, I got there a little early, so I'm like, you know, I'm gonna go chill at the mall because I feel like go to the mall. I hate when I go to random places because then I feel the energy going off. Felt another keychain energy. This one came up now. Look at this. It's so freaking cute, but I don't know what to hang it on. It's rainbow colored. Oh, you know what else I saw too? Andy's dropping fragrance too, and I was like, what the hell? You guys need to send me the notes. I need to see. It's different. With Riri's line, because the notes and then smelling it don't match up. Right, so I gotta look at all of the theory. Then we gotta do a sniff test. Then you gotta do a wear test because, like, with with Rare, I don't like the initial scent, but after it wears down and you're wearing it, then I end up liking it, and I was like, oh man. So I don't know what type of situation we're in here. And then with Sean, it's just like, do everything with the coffee, but actually drink the coffee. Anyways, back to the mall. Yeah, I picked up that because I felt the energy go off, and then when I went to go pick up the caramels and things, I walked past this. So a couple years ago, this is always on sale every year, right? Because it's close to Canada Day. Sorry, Canada Independence Day, right? So normally they sell it in summer, but it's end of May now. It'll be June just now, right? Yeah, a couple years back, I went to go pick it up, but I couldn't find it then, right? Walk past, and then I see this again, and I'm like, I gotta pick it up now because I don't know when I'm gonna see this. Point of me showing you guys this is the sweater detailing on a notebook. I don't know why, but I feel like you could brand that with anything, and it's so simple and easy. It also makes me think, you know, like if you go around, like, I talked about going around the world type of thing, and you're like collecting money, and people collect stamps and magnets and all kinds of things, right? I'm like, notebooks like this is very interesting, and I'm like, why? I don't know, something about this, I don't know how to explain it, like, suddenly I'm picking up on, you know what I mean? It might not make sense now, but it'll make sense later. Anyways, I have more paper to add to the collection now. I'm trying really hard not to collect junk because I can't fetch around these things after. Okay, so after I had fun at the mall, right? Oh, I also picked up, oh, it's in the freezer, hang on. Yeah, let me go get the, because I put it overnight, let me see. No one's home, so I can freely walk and do whatever the heck I want. Yeah, as I was saying, it's summer now. I picked this up too, look. Shouldn't be eating it for breakfast, but I'm going to anyways. No, it's not lemon flavored. Just because it's piss colored yellow doesn't... Fuck. Ah. It's mango flavored. Anyways. After my walk at the mall, I ended up going for my violin lesson, right? Oh, this is so nice. Don't follow me what I do for breakfast. I want a brain freeze. Hold on, give me a minute. I like this because it's like solid fruit juice. But anyways, as I was saying, when I get to my violin lesson now, because I told you guys I don't know what he's gonna give me to do. He asked me, because I told him before I started, when I was talking with the owner, I'm like, my goal, because I'm like, I know it's not enough lessons, but I'm like, my goal is to play at least one song, right? So I can say, before I start all this shit, I can do this by the end of it, right? So, what is it, lesson 4? Let me check. I can tell if I look at the calendar. Yeah, it was my 4th lesson in. Wow, we're at the midway point now. Right? I shouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now within that amount of lessons, right? But anyhow, we're at the 4th lesson now. And then he brings up, he's like, I heard you wanted to learn to play a song. He's like, do you have a particular one in mind? And I'm like, because I was talking to the owner about this, and he was like, dude can do any genre, because I didn't believe him after I saw like his playing was funny. But anyway, so K-pop came up, right? And then before I can even tell, I was telling him, I was like, I want to do a K-pop song, but I haven't decided on which one, which is why I'm telling you guys this now, because I don't know what direction to go in, even though I can sense the energy, because I don't want to skip too many steps. Alright, like, I don't know how to tune yet, so I need to take my time to know how to tune. I want to take my time doing scales, so when I go back next lesson, I'm going to have him run through at least one scale with me, right? So this week he gave me G minor because of the piece I chose. So anyways, I'm going to have him run through all that if he can with me. Then you're supposed to start off with like the light stuff, right? Like how he gave me Twinkle Twinkle last week. If you guys didn't know when I was playing, you could tell, but it was really rough. Anyways, normally you start off with those light songs, then you go into more, I don't want to say orchestral, but like, you know, like the classical stuff. Like I don't want to go that deep into it, right? Even though I know for sure he knows all of those off the top of his head. The piece I had with me is like in between that, right? Classical but modern, right? So that's what I gave him. And then he ended up giving me G minor still because he's like, this is the key this piece is in. And I was like, oh, that would have been helpful to know. So right now, I'm trying to figure out, because I've gone through this already, but I'm like, I'm still trying to figure it out. Because he's so classically trained, I kind of want to talk more about classical pieces, right? Like my boy Beethoven, I could talk about that with him. But I gotta look through all of the, because I don't know the titles, but I know the songs, you know what I mean? So I gotta do that, and then I want him to go over scales with me, and then main reason why I'm here with you guys is because I don't know what direction to go in if I end up playing steady, right? Because I know I'm not gonna be doing covers, right? But I just want to do a few just to get people to shut the fuck up, you know what I mean? So I tell him, I'm like, I want to play a K-pop song, even though I'm like, I don't know if I like K-pop anymore, right? Like, I can't, like, 110% say that anymore. Because it's not as, like, light and fun as it was before, but anyhow. As I'm telling him this, he starts playing Golden. Then I get pissed. Because it depends on who you talk to, right? And their, like, range of knowledge. I'm like, how can he be so well-versed in classical and know fucking nothing about this? You know what I mean? It pisses me off. I don't want to make it a race issue, but I'm pretty sure it's a race issue because it's the same thing every time with these white guys. The minute you bring up K-pop, they bring up K-pop Demon Hunters and think that's the whole fucking genre, right? So I get pissed. I was like, what the fuck? It's like if I bring up classical and say like Mozart's the only thing, or you know what? Like I don't even know what to compare it to because it's so stupid. I think the best way to compare it to, yeah, I can't even think. Yeah, so it's always the white dudes. The white dudes always say K-pop Demon Hunters, right? Then the people who don't know anything will always say that, right? But the people who kind of know are gonna say something third gen, right? They'll say like BTS or Blackpink or you know one of the big ones. And then people who actually know the shit are gonna say second or fourth, right? So I'm like, if he had said something like Stray Kids or 80s, then I would have been impressed. But I'm like, what in the fuck? He just starts playing Golden like a show, because he's very show off-ish. But I was so pissed. I was like, this is your knowledge of K-pop. Bro. Like, I don't know what to compare it to. It's like if I said this one song represents this whole genre. You know what I mean? Like, it pissed me off. Anyways, in his head, he wasn't expecting me to have the piece on me already, right? Because I already had the printout copy, because I got to see him page turn, was fun. Um, yeah, I had the printout copy of the piece I wanted to test out, right? And he wasn't expecting that. He was expecting me to tell him the song and then he's gonna transcribe it roughly. But I'm like, I know he's gonna half-ass it. And he's not gonna do it properly for me, right? So I'm like, I really haven't decided on a song, but I have this piece on me. So now he's got the work of transcribing it now, right? So it's like, Lisa, what does that mean? So the way I'm playing right now, I'm not looking at solid sheet music right now, right? Because that's going to take some work for me to sight read, right? I'm skipping steps here. He's got the string, it's tab. So I got the strings there and then finger placements, right? So this week, because he gave me G minor scale, I'm working on flats instead of sharps. So instead of, my hands are going to go backward on the strings now, like where the frets are. If I get to that point to record, I'll show you guys, but I don't know if I will. So like with A major, you have 3 sharps, right? Which I ran through with you guys, but with G minor now, you have 2 flats. So I gotta work on that. So he's now with the piece I gave him, he has to do the same thing now, but with that whole song. Even though I wanted to tell him, like, I want to play a certain section of the song, but I don't know which part it is, right? But I didn't have time to tell him that because he was irritating me. As men do. But anyways, it's like the romanization step, like learning a language, right? Like sight reading would be the language. The way I'm playing right now is romanization, right? This is how I'm like thinking about it. So like I gave him the piece, even though I can't read it, right? Like it's like a language, I don't understand it. He's gonna do that middle step for me, where I'm like, we can meet halfway. I don't know how good it's gonna be because I think you need to add in vibrato. He said it took him like 5 years to learn that, but I'm like, he was a kid at the time, and I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna work. But anyways, my main point is that I don't know which direction to go in because I'm like, I don't know if I should go classical, modern classical, K-pop. We got all the Hindi stuff too, but that's gonna be a pain in the ass because now there's another language barrier there, right? And this white man, I know he's not gonna fucking know anything. This is why I wanted a female teacher, because if she's ethnic, it's gonna come in handy here for me. Because I don't wanna have to do everything on my own, right? We could also go the rock route too, because these guys are coming back to this orchestral sound, which is what I like. Everything, if you numb it back down, comes back down to the classical stuff. So you guys tell me, what song should I play? Because I'm not going to be playing a whole bunch of covers, but like if I have at least one solid option to send his way to help me out would be helpful, you know? Like if I, like for example, if I give him, because aespa's album just dropped, if I give him like an aespa song to do, right? There's like an empowering energy there that's going to come out from me doing that, right? So I'm like, I need to really think about it. This is where you guys come into play. You can help me do the thinking. Because I'm too busy doing the doing, you know what I mean? Reason why I ran through everything with you guys last video, right, is because people like to make things hard. I learned that with my dad. Like every little thing, he's like, it's fucking difficult. But I'm like, if you look at it that way, it'll be that way, right? So when I walked in for my first lesson, he's like discouraging me from, when my teacher's discouraging me from even starting to play at my age, right? Because it takes time. I'm like, I don't believe it's hard. If I believe it's hard, I wouldn't be in this room. You know what I mean? Like your mindset is a big thing. And I've already told you guys I'm doing this with tones too because there's so many like obstacles in the way. Just to ease it up a little bit is really helpful. So I do everything from start to scratch. and then oversimplify it for the next person, so that way they don't have to go through the same fucking shit that I have to go through, right? Right? So like same thing with air fryer, because I'm cutting steps. Like I know in theory how to do things. It's just that I haven't put that into like applicable practice. You know what I mean? And I'm not gatekeeping the information too because it's expensive, but at least now you guys have the knowledge on hand in case, you know, it comes in handy to help someone else, you know? This is also an energetic thing too. Like belief in what you focus on makes a huge difference on your outlook on life. Like if I believe my life is shit, your life is gonna look shit. You know what I mean? That's why I never look at anything like it's difficult, because I'm like, at some point it's gonna be hard at the start, but at some point it's gonna be easy and boring later on. Right now is the fun part because I can fuck up as much as I want. The only annoying thing is when someone else is judging you and you know they've never fucking done something like this in their life, right? It's like, why would I want someone who doesn't understand anything judging me? You know what I mean? Okay, the concept of not being good enough keeps coming up too, energetic wise, I keep feeling. So, following this train of thought, because choices matter. If you believe you're not good enough without someone else telling you that, you basically fucked yourself over. Like, if I walked into that room and had said, I'm never going to be good enough because I haven't spent the amount of time as these other people, I'm already fucked from the get-go, you know what I mean? Unless my teacher were to tell me I'm not good enough. You know what I mean? He's not going to say it, because after like third lesson, when he saw me I was able to play a song, he changed his mind, right? Okay, quickly before the video cuts, two more things, or one more thing I guess. I was watching all the Rock, because Evanescence, like okay, this is like a big deal. I don't know how to explain it, but like, because everybody knows Sleep Token, right? I know you know where this is going, but anyways, it's a big deal. So if you guys are in the rock scene, right, like all the big like Evanescence, Black Veil Brides, everybody knows Sleep Token, and Sleep Token's like working on, I hope they're working on new music, because now that's a lot of pressure to put on that guy. But anyways, it's exciting because it's like, the only way I can compare it is with like anime, right? Like if you look at, you know, you got like the big ones like Naruto, One Piece, all the other ones, right? That's like, that would be like Evanescence, Black Veil Brides, all of them, right? Like they're old, but they're like the classics, right? And then to see someone like Sleep Token come in now, it would be like Jujutsu Kaisen. You know what I mean? Like it's new, but it's not trash. So it's exciting, and I hope they drop new music. Like it's just, it brings that life back into everything. Anyways, when they drop an album, I'll put it in there, but I don't know if I should just go through everything and put it there or what to do. But everybody knows they're there. I don't know if they're gonna collab or what. That'd be so crazy. But anyhow, I got ready to go to the grocery store. Right, I'm gonna go pick up as many dairy things as I can because, you know, before my bones turn to dust. Yes, I'm gonna get going, okay? I gotta hurry because it's gonna take me a while to walk there and walk back. So I'm gonna finish breakfast, then I'm gonna head to the grocery store, and then I'll see what I do from there, okay? Bye.